Everybody, we are back. It is Taped Online's favorite podcast, favorite channel, favorite everything. We are back. You guys already know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, subscribe. Hit the like button if you like it. Hit the dislike button if you don't like it. Leave a comment if you like it. Leave a comment if you don't like it. Also follow us on Twitter at the March on NFL for me, at Glen Rockney for Glenn, and of course, pandasubs.com, TDL, 35% off. Make sure you guys go there. Like I said, it's bulking season. You know, you get those workouts on before those holiday dinners come. You know that turkey, you need to get get that workout. Too much mac and cheese, you might get fat. So you know what I'm saying? That's what we got. Pandasubs.com, discount code TDL for you. Keep you healthy. I know you can't always be vegan around their family if you are like that. So we know how it goes. All right, Glenn. How you feeling, man?
Man, it's a new season. It's a new birth. One thing, the Raiders committed the worst crime for the last couple of years of being boring, right? That's what's boring and painful, which is the two worst things you can be as a football team. There were years where Matt McGloin, Terrell Pryor, there was always times where they could mess around and catch a team off guard, and you kind of didn't think they were that good, but it would be like, look at them battle. There was just this sluggish play, and we know why now. We see Devante Adams playing one-on-one basketball, cussing in the videos, and they're dancing at practice. And look, like, I'm a little in between. I don't like too much, players run the show, but for now, it's a little honeymoon period. I expect their energy to go up. McDaniels was terrible. It was not fun to watch. It was embarrassing. Like, I was actually embarrassed around some of my friends. Like, I don't know if you're a Raider fan, you talk to some of your friends, and they might be friends of like the Cowboys, the team like that, and they want to talk like serious football, and you're like, yeah, and then the Raider, and they're like, they start laughing, and they're just like, because you don't have anything to say. And right now, at least, I think they're going to play with energy, and I'm just excited to see an energetic Raider team, young Raider team. That's just why I'm just excited about it.
Yeah, it was interesting the response to getting fired from the players. You got Max Crosby. People are trying to figure out if he said the N word. You know what I mean? He's so excited that he just he's out there. He's got people confused. I mean, it's all over TikTok to try to figure out. Devante Adams is playing basketball. The offensive linemen are wrestling. I heard they're wrestling in the locker room. There's music playing. Like, the celebration afterwards was hilarious to me. I feel like that was a celebration. That showed how much they hated that guy. And like how do you coach like that in today's NFL? Like, you're not a college coach. Maybe Josh McDaniels could go to like Nebraska or something. Maybe he needs to go to like Ohio State or some some college where he could be the full control guy and all the 18-year-olds listen to him. Because Matt Rule, he's over there in Nebraska. He's over there, got those guys all revved up with his crazy speeches. He does that in Carolina. They all look like he's an idiot. So maybe Josh McDaniels needs to do that. Maybe he needs to go to like a college. Maybe go to I don't know, whatever college you can coach at, and he could be Mr. Full Control, because that's what he needs. And you can't do that with NFL players, especially these days, especially with the stars you have. You ain't going to do that with stars.
No, he was delusional. He thought the biggest crime he did was that he thought the Patriots offense was all him, like the whole time. And that anybody who couldn't cut it with the Raiders or whatever was simply just not fit to be in his system. And therefore, even if they succeed somewhere else, that's little boy football. If you succeed somewhere else, Darren Waller or like anybody, right? I'm not saying Darren Waller's going off with the Giants. He's not even playing this week, but I just mean anybody else that leaves or anybody else that goes and does something, he even views that as, well, that's not me. I do this artsy, it's kind of like, like an underground rapper that doesn't, when the club guy comes on, when the club rapper with the club hit comes on, he can't, everybody's just dancing because this has 808s, No, he's like one of those type of guys. He's like, for this, he just he learned nothing from Denver. That was just so clear. He learned nothing, absolutely nothing. And Ziegler, look, I had mixed feelings about Ziegler. The contracts were terrible, so you got to go out the door here. And if you were fulfilling McDaniel's order and you say that you weren't the guy, you were just doing what he wanted, then you're not a GM. That's what Mayock said too. It's like, well, then you're not a GM. What do I have you here for then? So see you later. It feels good. It feels good. I love the Antonio Pierce press conference. Love all that stuff. I don't think they're going to be like this amazing Rich Bisaccia 10-7 team. I don't see that, but I do think Antonio Pierce has a very, very good chance to be the next Raiders head coach, though.
Yeah, especially if they play hard, right? And they finish the season pretty well. And what's going to be interesting is Aiden O'Connell. I think a lot of Raiders fans, they want to see O'Connell play, but
Yeah.
do they really want to see O'Connell play?
Right.
In my opinion,
Right.
because we don't know, because especially the way Devante Adams talks about him and the way he's working at it, he might frustrate you if you're expecting Caleb Williams by the end of the year. And that's kind of what I'm expecting for him a little bit. Like if they let him, if they actually give it to him, they're like, okay, you could
Mhm.
play terrible, because I hope they do that. I hope they give him a
Yeah.
chance to like at least give him 4 games. And if he's terrible 4 games and go back to Garoppolo, that's fine. Just finish season, whatever. But I hope they give him like 4 solid games where he looks bad, because he's got the Giants and Wink Martindale just gonna throw everything at him. Wink Martindale, I don't know if they're even gonna play any exotic coverages. It might do all cover zero all game. And I know
Yeah.
they got Adams out there, and they might put like a guy over him, but I think they're gonna try to mix it up where they're just attacking him all day, especially what the Lions did. The Lions kind of set the forefront for that game to
Yeah.
how much they blitz, man. It's gonna be interesting to see how they do this, man, because I don't
No.
know how they're
Yeah.
going to use Braden O'Connell. I hope they have a game plan where they can get the ball out of
Right.
his man.
And perhaps I will say the best the most realistic good scenario I see for the season is that you find out Aiden O'Connell's your backup for the to go forward. Like you go on,
Yeah,
everybody you might bring in a new coordinator, so you never know who they want as their guy. It could maybe be frustrating, but he's a cheap young backup that can develop, and perhaps you can make him into a Kirk Cousins type player, at over a couple of years. And then that I don't see him as this Brady guy that we
no,
find. It's nobody is, and I don't see that. But then like perhaps Mark Davis, I don't think Mark Davis is like this broke guy. Again, you don't get fire Josh McDaniels if you're broke.
yeah,
But I also don't necessarily think he wants to make one more big splash hire and be on the hook for 3 coaching contracts and a GM and 2 GM contracts. I don't think he really wants to do that. So I think he really wants Antonio Pierce to do well. So if they play hard and battle all year, and I don't mean the 1-score McDaniel losses where the game is just there the whole time and we frustratingly don't get it. And it's just like like that Lions game didn't feel like it was even a 2-point game after the Marcus Peters pick six fell. We were still down, 9-10 points. Like, but if they're in these games, and like, I point to the Arizona Cardinals where it's like they suck, the Arizona Cardinals, but they play hard for Jonathan Gannon. Like they go out there and they play hard. They stink though. But at least if I'm a GM or owner, it's like, well, okay, I got picks. I'm gonna fill out this roster, and I know that this guy can get the most out of those guys. That's what you need to build right now this season. It's not about I want to win games. I am not pro tanking. I just think they are going to lose a lot of games this year. But lose games in battle, and that's what it is. That's all it is.
Don't embarrass us.
Play hard. Play hard. Michael
Yeah.
Mayer starts developing. Trey Tucker starts developing. Tyree Wilson starts developing. Oh, that's all we need to see. Aiden O'Connell has a couple flash games. That's all you need to see this year.
Yeah, because even if Aiden O'Connell finishes, I mean, unless they go like I see somebody said 8-9. If they get to 8-9, then yeah, he definitely is going to have a new coach think about it. He's like, maybe I could win with him, because you see what happened with Desmond Ridder. Desmond Ridder just went 2-2, and Arthur Smith didn't even think about it. He just went all in on doing Desmond Ridder. And we see how that's going. Now Tyler Heineke's already starting. And they're actually like in the playoff race, you know what I'm saying? So because Ritter's not hanging in there. And, maybe if they didn't have those 2 wins last year, because, people see wins with quarterbacks and they just freak out. Right. I think that's a big thing with just the view of quarterbacks, because you can't change that. You're never going to change that narrative that winning goes with quarterbacks, because the best quarterbacks in NFL, they win. So it's like you can't really get rid of that win-loss thing, in my opinion. It's never really going to happen, even though how trivial it is. It's like, but Patrick Mahomes wins all the time. So it's like, you know what I mean? So if a quarterback starts winning and he just finishes the season strong, a coach could be like, a new coach could be like, let me see what I can get out of O'Connell and waste a year. But
perhaps it allows you to even draft a more raw prospect and have O'Connell be your bridge guy. Not a bridge. I just mean 5-6 games start. Like what I mean is if O'Connell win, if we're 8-9 or whatever, even better. I mean, there's some decent opponents on the schedule. If they just like, look, we're playing hard. We figured out how to run the football again, which they kind of did last game. Like that's not nothing. They kind of figured out how to run the ball again. The defense has its moments, starts making a few more plays. They create a little more turnovers. Those things happen. Then you might say, okay, well, we can draft a guy, but it doesn't need to. We don't need our guy to start day one, right? Or throw him right out there. We could even draft like a. I don't know. I can't say I know in the draft who that guy is this year, but it just in a sense, like perhaps what you want is you want O'Connell to prove that he is a part of this, whatever the new regime is. And I hope it's Antonio Pierce. I hope they come out. I hope Antonio Pierce is like this Mike Tomlin we've never heard of, like where it's just like guys play like the brick wall thing that it gets overused, but maybe anybody that comes here does that. And plays that way, because we just don't see that on the Raiders under McDaniels. The guys just like kind of they look like they're running on like those like weird 80s football things with like the little like where they cut in and out, and like nobody has like any athleticism because I think they're like thinking too much. And it's just not so much Patrick Graham or anything on defense. It's like I play for Josh McDaniels. I just don't want to make a mistake.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. And it's like I'm down to watch because they make mistakes anyways. So like you're right. It's like I don't want to make a mistake. You make a mistake. So it's like I want to see these guys just play free. And there's good athletes on this team. Just play free. And if I see that for the rest of the year, I'll sit down every Sunday and be okay with it, because I know this is that weird time where we're like, we don't know. It's the unknown time. It's the best part of being a losing team, is that unknown time.
I guess so, man. Interim coach, really have no idea what anything's gonna look like on Sunday. I mean, Bo Hardegree's coming in. He comes from Adam Gase. I don't know what this is gonna look like. Adam Gase is Mr. Bunch Set. He loves bunch set. Is Bo Hardegree gonna do that? I don't know. Like it's gonna be. Yeah, I'm interested to see how they look on Sunday. I am.
They can't change that much. I mean, can you really install that much new things? Like, I mean, like that isn't already there.
You can. You just can. You can switch up the looks though. So like you can run the same concept and just bunch them together. So I was talking about like mixing it up.
Right.
And Adam Gase runs the same system, but like I'm serious. Adam Gase loves a damn bunch set. If you've ever seen a guy do the most bunch sets you ever seen, is Adam Gase, and that's what Bo Hardegree comes from. So maybe Bo Hardegree just kind of moves them around differently, runs the same stuff, but moves these guys around. Kind of like maybe what like Greg Olson did at first when he took over for John Gruden. Same system, but I'm gonna move these guys and use them a little differently than how Gruden used them. And I hopefully. That's what Hardegree does. Because
can they get rid of the run tell too that you've been pointing out? Can
Something
that
like
happen? Because that is what I was thinking of. Because if they can figure out how to run the ball, even like not even quite as good as they did last year, maybe Jacobs doesn't have this crazy resurgence, but even if they're like average run game, that does so much for this team.
Yeah, they didn't fire Priscilla, right?
No, I don't. I thought it was well, I guess Priscilla was Patriots, but like I thought it was just Lombardi and Ziegler and Josh, right? I thought
it's so interesting they fired Lombardi. He's like the only, because they did keep everybody else.
Wasn't he the snitch? Wasn't he the rat?
He has to be.
The Henry Hill of the Raiders. Wasn't he?
He had to be. He got fired because he was a snitch.
Sammy the Bull. Like wasn't it? I thought that was the whole thing on him coming out through the year was he was just running his mouth all the time, and his dad would be on Bill Simmons talking about Raiders X's and O's and stuff. You're like, come on, dude.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, for sure, he was a snitch. But
paperwork. We got paperwork on Nick Lombardi.
So what that means, without Josh McDaniels having full control, maybe Brasillo has more speech into the run game, because usually the O-line coach is the run game coordinator. Yeah. Usually,
we're gonna find out who's good. We're gonna find out who's a good coach right now. Is what we're gonna find out for the rest of the year.
Yeah,
because McDaniels isn't there. I like it. I'm fine with it. Yeah.
Good. Thank God. All right. So let's get into last week a little bit what we talked about. Let's go through really quick. So of course the game line. Hold on. We got the game line here. We both took the over on the. We both took the spread, right? I believe. I don't
Took the Lions.
Yeah, we definitely took the Lions. We took the under on the point total.
Did we?
I think so, right?
No, that sounds right. I couldn't remember what I took. I know the over didn't hit, so I'll take it.
I know it didn't.
I will take it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that game was pretty easy. I feel like the Raiders were gonna get their butts kicked after I watched the film. Yeah. So, Myers didn't do anything last week. I was looking at Jacobe Myers. What did he do? Did he catch a ball?
I think he had I thought he had one catch, but nothing. Yeah.
I
None of
mean,
these
well,
numbers.
yeah. Garoppolo was like what 10 for 21, some shit
Whew.
like that. He
Whew.
was awful,
Yes, he was.
awful, man. Josh Jacobs actually played well last week. Doesn't piss me off about watching the film, and I really haven't done too many breaks because I was so mad that Josh McDaniels built this whole damn run game. We're gonna run the ball, run the ball, run the ball, and they kept passing. And this dude is playing well. Finally, you finally get these guys getting some movement. They're run blocking. They're doing good things in the run game. And then you get 5 yards on first down. And then in second down, we're passing from 2nd and 5. And then we get like you throw a bad ball, and then it's third down, and then you get sacked. I'm like, bro, yeah, that's why he got fired. Because I feel like if he kept giving the ball to Josh Jacobs, he would still have his job.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't. So he ain't got a job no more, which is, happy for all his Raiders fans that he made that stupid decision. But if he was actually a good play caller and had a feel for the game, like they had a drive where they didn't even pass really, and they scored a touchdown, and they stopped giving him the damn ball.
Crazy. Just crazy.
Yeah, and I'm still mad at him about last year, the Steelers game, that he was trolling Derek Carr, making him pass in the cold when this dude, they were on the 40 and they're up 10-3 and then he get the damn ball. Like, bro, like it was, that's why I don't like Josh McDaniels. I really don't like him at all. He's just an idiot. Yeah,
and like the thing is with him was just come on, like he was his own analytics department in his head where it was like, well, analytics show that your quarterback should drop back and pass here. Analytics being my system, the way I run Art Perkins, and it's like, well, okay, but have you considered that Jimmy is trash? And it's like, no, I haven't, because it's my system will make him look good. Trust me. And it's like, well, it doesn't. You realize that it doesn't make that. You realize he threw the ball to Henderson, Nevada, when Devante Adams was wide open. He threw it out of the stadium. That's the only time you ever see Jimmy rip into one, is when it's when you don't want him to.
Yeah.
And he throws it 30 feet over the guy's head, and he's like, well, that's their all game. That's what McDaniel said, basically. And not number 8. No, none of that.
Nope. Yeah, man, it's just that film pissed me off because he was just playing really well, man. He's like making guys miss, even when they had some missed blocks, and I see he got the 4.1. I mean, but that was something that we haven't seen all season, guys. I mean, we were at 2.9 all year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if we're at least getting 4 with Jimmy playing how terrible he was playing, I didn't get it. Like it's 2nd and 5. How about we just run the ball again? No, we're not gonna try it again. No, we're gonna do a play action pass with Jimmy Garoppolo, and then he just. Oh man, it was just an ugly game plan. I'm so happy he's gone after that. So Adams, of course, he would have had like 100 yards.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Brutal.
Absolutely. One of the worst misses I've ever seen in my life.
I mean, 2 of them, right? I mean, 2 really, really bad ones. Like 2. And then you want to count the slant. I thought that was a bad throw. I mean,
well, you see the slant on film, man.
Yeah.
Adams puts the biggest move on that corner and like leaves him like over there. He leaves him on the sideline, and he's so wide open. And he throws it behind him. I'm like, he's like wide open. You could have just like underhanded it to him, and he still got some yards.
And that's the thing about McDaniels, is like really the worst thing he did was insist that Jimmy G be his quarterback this year, because like even that, like, can you blame Josh McDaniels for that play? No, you can't, because that's drawing it up, and any quarterback makes that throw except for Jimmy Garoppolo, like apparently. That's the weird part about it is that like there are parts of it where I was like, it's so bad, it shouldn't have even been as bad as it was. But their fatal error, as I believe you were the one that pointed it out more so than anybody, that Jimmy was your guy this year and next year, the way they did his contract. So they almost have to draft a guy this year for it to all work, because Jimmy's going to be like the emergency quarterback next year.
Yeah, he's the emergency guy. Unless they find somebody to trade for him. I don't know.
No, there's just zero chance that I mean, if that happens, that's insane, because you're trading for Jimmy's money, unless the Raiders eat the money and trade him, which then at that point, why would you do that?
That's the thing, they might have to, man.
But this is Jimmy's comfort zone. He's been benched like 14 times.
Yeah. I mean,
he's like, oh yeah, I could do it. He's like, oh, do you want me to do that again? Oh yeah, I got you. No, don't even trip. Yeah,
me and Andre James are cool, man. I like Andre.
I'm about to bring some food, bro. Like, trust me, I got plenty of time, dude. I got you guys. He's probably hella cool on the sideline. That's the funny part. He's probably gonna really up the sideline morale, because I don't think he has any like, I lost my job. Like, he doesn't have that killer instinct. He's just gonna be like, Oh yeah, that's cool. Go Aiden. He's probably gonna be like a huge Aiden O'Connell cheerleader, man.
He's a good guy, man. I like how
I
Adams.
know. He
He's
is.
actually a good leader. He's just a terrible quarterback.
Yeah.
He's awful.
Really, really bad. Like
Really
really
bad,
bad.
man. It just like I didn't know how to explain it for sometimes.
Lovecraftian nightmare quarterback. Just like wow. Matt McGloin was more fun to watch.
Yeah.
And I'm not even hating on the guy. I just mean like that was an undrafted guy at Penn State that nobody knew existed until he came out playing crazy.
Yeah, because to be honest, I thought Garoppolo was bad going in. I didn't think it would be that bad. I didn't think it would be this bad. Honestly, I did not think it would be this. I thought it'd be a little better than this. I thought there would be more like upsetting moments, but man, he just been like, yeah, he deserved to get benched for sure. All right, so let's get into the starting quarterback this week. Aiden O'Connell. He made the gambling this week. We want to talk about that. Oh, Aiden O'Connell makes his gambling debut, guys.
Mama, I made it.
He made it on the gambling line. Now we got pass attempts 30.5, pass completions 21.5, passing yards 216.5, passing touchdowns 1.5, pretty normal. Passing interceptions 0.5. So Glenn, you see these. I look at the pass test and pass completions to have a couple thoughts, but I want to hear your thoughts first.
Under on pass attempts. I think this is gonna be a huge run heavy day. I hope they're winning in this game. I mean, like, come on, guys. Like, I think you're playing an offense that's like worse than truly with Waller hurt and the way their O-line is, and Daniel Jones coming back with like that 16 candles like neck brace that he's gonna be playing in or whatever. Like when that happens, you gotta be you just gotta you gotta be ahead in this game. But I will say like 30 is I hope it's not 30. I hope Aiden O'Connell does not throw the ball 31 times. I really hope not. So I'm gonna say under there. Completions, I'll say under. I'm gonna say he's like 19 for 28.
Okay.
And then yards, I'd take the over. I'll give him like 230. And then passing TDs, I'm just not there yet. On passing TDs, he'll throw one pick too.
Yeah. So I looked at his passing attempts and I was like, okay, if you're betting against the Raiders, take the over. If you're betting for the Raiders, you take the under. Because if we want to win, we want him to be around 28 passes, like 26, 27, like the 39 that he did against Chargers was way too much. And a lot of that was on him because of the turnovers. So he's got to. I think he'll play better. I think he was a little like shook, like, oh my God, I'm in the NFL for like a quarter and a half. And I feel like that he got more confidence as the game went along. I think like the players giving him confidence allows him to become a leader too in the huddle. Those guys kind of buying into him. So we'll see him play better, I believe. But I think he's still a little bit of a gunslinger. I always saw that in college. I think we're going to see some picks. I would take the over on picks on Aiden O'Connell every single game he plays because he's a nut a little bit. And we saw that like the first play he gave the Bears was this corners over the top, but he's expecting Jacobe Myers to make a play for him. And of course, Jacobe Myers likes to run with his head down and doesn't like pay attention. I don't know what's wrong with him sometimes, but he throws a pick that play because he's trying to be aggressive. And I think he has to bring it down a little bit, find his check downs, be safe, get rid of the damn football because Wink is coming after you. He's got to figure out where the hot read is, and hopefully they set him up to play well with some hot reads because they ain't got a lot of hot reads in this offense, to be honest, or Josh McDaniels didn't. So hopefully they set it up where he's having these guys like a tight end that opens quick. Those chips, they get their heads around quickly because he's might have to get the ball out of his hand because the blitz is coming. They're coming for sure. That they saw the tape last week that they can get after him. It's gonna be interesting to see how he plays.
And I mean, when you say hot reads, and I'm sure we'll get to him on the prop sheet, but I mean, you want to talk about the guy who probably won harder than anybody, Hunter Renfrow.
Yeah,
he won. I mean, you talk about I'm so happy that they didn't trade him now that McDaniels is gone. Because somebody can make that work, and that's your hot read, right? Yeah. Renfrow, Mayer, even Adam. I mean, Adams can run any route in the book. You can do any, but I'm sure they'll. And the thing is they're going to be playing man on Adams.
Yeah.
They're going to you're going to get true man on Adams and then like true man on Myers. There's going to be opportunities to be made. I think Jacobs will be, well, I'll save my take on Jacobs because we'll get to him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I mean, I think O'Connell has to understand, when he has those shots. I mean, there's a lot of fade routes in this offense. He has those shots. He got to take them. I think you got that 1-on-1 outside. Maybe don't trust Jacobe Myers as much because he is so hit or miss. Like he can make a great contested catch and then allow an interception for you. And I think Adams is more safer there. Even I think Michael Mayer. I think we got to get Michael Mayer lined up outside. So I hope these guys get more imagine some things because if we get him lined up outside on a corner, like you could throw him a fade all day, right? And if you underthrow him, he's going to make a play for you. And I think they have to mix it up like that, especially against this blitz, because they're going to get those looks. We're going to see a lot of cover zero this week. Right. I 100% believe it because they're going to believe that he's not going to have the clock to get rid of the ball quick enough and know where to go with the football with all these guys coming at him. And then you have Dexter Lawrence just eating up Andre James probably. It's going to be tough there in the first place without a blitz. So Dexter Lawrence scares the hell out of me in this game. I'm terrified. I don't know what's going to happen to Andre James. I hope he's ready. I hope he's not out with Jimmy Garoppolo right now. I hope they're not on the Las Vegas Strip. I hope they're not hanging out. I hope Andre James is eating very well this week. I hope he had a good diet and he's ready to go because Dexter Lawrence is coming. I hope he's scared. I hope he's having nightmares.
Yeah, I hope he got his Panda Supplements, Andre.
Yeah, he's got his Panda Supplements, his focus going. That's good pitch right there, Glenn. All right, let's get to Jacobs. So Josh Jacobs, he's next up. I think Jacobs looks really good. Okay, I'm going to say this. Jacobs looks really good right now. I thought he looked so good on film last week. He was making guys miss. He made Brian Branch look stupid as hell, and that dude was balling. And he is getting really good, trusting this offensive line. Okay, because I think the offensive lines get a little better. They're running some more outside zone last week. Hopefully, they make that full-on damn switch with McDaniels gone. I hope they do that. Maybe they won't and kind of mix it up a little bit, but I hope they go full-on zone because I think that's where he can flourish. I'm going to go over on this game. I believe in Josh Jacobs this game. I think they're going to play the run. I know the Giants are actually playing the run a little bit better, but I think they lost Leonard Williams. I think that's a key thing that nobody's really talking about.
Sure, yeah.
He played last week for them. He's not playing this week. They do have Dexter Lawrence still. It's going to be tough to run the football with him, but I think if you run zone, you can run away from him and get more lateral. You can get Josh Jacobs going outside. If Dexter Lawrence commits too much, Josh Jacobs can cut back. Same thing with inside zone. So you can avoid Dexter Lawrence a little bit more with some of the guys inside, or if, Andre James gets thrown and, gets pancaked or whatever, Josh Jacobs can make more read and reacting off it. But, I like him there. Garoppolo's not playing, so I'm not sure about the receptions. But I do like them over. I'm gonna take him over on receiving yards, but maybe under. Do over the receptions too. I'm gonna go over receptions, over read yards as well because I think he's gonna be a lot of the hot reads, and I'm gonna take the anytime touchdown for sure.
Yeah, I am gonna go over on rush yards, under on receptions, and the reason I say that is because I think he is going to be the sorest running back in football because he's going to be having linebackers and corners coming at him all day in the backfield while he's pass protecting, which he does at an elite level. But that's what he's going to be doing with the Wink Martindale defense and a rookie quarterback. That's what he's going to be doing all day. I mean, there's plays to be made where, you chip, you block and then leak out. Of course, that can happen. And I hope it does. I love when they throw the ball to him, but I'm just going to go under on receiving yards. I could see still the over because he can break off a big one.
One screen is all it takes.
It's all it takes. And I hope they do dial up some damn screens now because it's so Scott Turner is he going to be involved in this? That's what I'd like to know.
Maybe, right?
Yeah, because everybody's got to move up a little bit, right? Because like what I mean is like, Scott Turner, I think that helps a lot with this hot read stuff. Like, it's just that that quick timing stuff, and they have the personnel to do that. So that's not I know Aiden's a bit different. I don't think out of Purdue, I don't believe that was what he was running out there. But for the most part, they're not going to be able to do no Purdue stuff against this blitz defense because you need a back there. I think Jacobs is going to be busy. I think he's going to be sore, but I think he's going to go over on rushing yards. And I like anytime touchdown. 2 touchdowns, I don't hate that. That's plus 550. I don't hate that at all. I think if they're in the red zone, it's going to be all Jacobs. I don't think they will. O'Connell has. I don't know that it was all his fault, but he has a horrible pick in the red zone against the Chargers, and I don't think they want to repeat that.
No, they don't. Yeah, and they need Jacobs to have a big game. I
Yeah.
saw somebody question asking if they move the pocket as well. I hope they do. I hope they mix in the outside zone because that's going to make him comfortable. And Scott Turner, what I don't they didn't run anything West Coast or anything Air Coryell this whole time.
I wonder if they like him, if the players like him, because you feel like this week. No, what I mean is you feel like this week what they went around is probably went to their players and said who on the coaching staff, like who's got like the most bars in the room, you know what I mean, like who's really like you wish we did more of what they said. Maybe they say Scott Turner, and then that helps my Michael Mayer prop bet if that happens. But what I like, it just in that sense, you wonder, this Bo Hard agree, everybody's talking about him, but I'm like, what is Scott Turner in this? Like that is the biggest question that I have,
because he is the passing game coordinator.
right?
Technically, does he actually become the passing game coordinator? And how much can he really install? Yeah. Right? How much can he really switch up? But to be honest, I mean, Erhard Perkins has a lot of West Coast stuff. It's just named differently.
Sure.
Right. So you could bring in West Coast offense and use the language that some of these guys already know, and they would understand it and understand what to do. But it's a little different, but you can mix it up that way, I believe. And they got to that's what they got to figure out. Like, if Scott Turner is the passing game coordinator, which I hope he is, I hope he has that input and they actually listen to him, because I really have no idea why he was here.
Yeah.
Because they ran the same damn offense. Was he just like to like make it seem like Josh McDaniels had accountability on his offense? Like, I have no idea.
I'm just surprised he's not the offensive coordinator. That's just the thing. Like, you would think, because he's just done it before. You would think that, like, when you get rid of your coach, not saying he's the guy or saying he's better, not saying he's better than Bo Hard degree. I hope I'm even saying his name right. But hopefully, I'm not saying he's better than him, but it's like a guy that everyone's heard of. You would think it's like, that's your guy, your interim offensive coordinator or something. But maybe the players spoke up and said, no, Bo knows, like maybe they said that. Maybe the players are like, man, this guy is maybe we have a star and we don't know it. No, I'm saying I'm being humorous about it. But what I mean is, like, it's weird that Scott Turner's not the offensive coordinator right now.
It is weird. I agree with you. I agree with you there, man. It is super weird. All right, let's go to Devante Adams. So Devante Adams, he's 73.5, reception 6.5. Usually the same kind of anytime touchdown plus 150, plus 100 yards. Actually, that's a pretty good bet in my opinion. 2+ touchdowns is really high still, though. Devante, who I think is going to get the ball, just because you say so many good things about your quarterback. He's going to throw the ball, and he's out there raving about Aiden. Aiden's I never seen a rookie perform like this. He's doing the motions when we're in the end zone view in all 22. So he's going to get the ball, and we have a quarterback who can throw outside the numbers, which is a good thing. Okay, this guy can actually throw a 15-yard out on the line with accuracy. Okay, and they had good timing last time. That's why there's like something was telling me, like, are these guys working out?
I think so.
I think they're working out, like, behind the scenes. Him and Aiden work out together or something like that, because there's some things that Aiden was doing that I haven't really see a lot of quarterbacks do with Devante Adams, and you could kind of tell the way Devante talks about him that they might be on the same page. So I think we might see a pretty damn good game from him. Like, even if Aiden doesn't get to like 230 yards, I think Adams might have 100 of those.
I hope so, man. Because my goal for the rest of the year is for him to. I want him to be happy for whoever the next quarterback and coach is. And I think the firing really let Adams know, like, hey, we're gonna do our best. You know what I mean? We're not gonna let you just sit here and rot. Over of Josh McDaniels and then subpar quarterbacks. Like, I think that he's obviously, we've seen just even on you hate to take social media videos, but like, that dude wears his heart on his sleeve. I mean, he's petty, he's a diva, and I think he has every right to be, and I think he's been right about everything since he's come here. So it's like, I have yet to, even after the Packer game when he said we can't keep winning like this, that leads me to say that I think he was actually pretty involved in the firing. I think
him and Jacobs,
like a lot. I think they went into Mark and was like, bro, like, win, and among other things, of course. But I'm with you. Over on yards, over on receptions. I like the anytime touchdown. 2 touchdowns. Look, man, 2 touchdowns. You sprinkle even just a small amount, you'll make some money on that. It's not out of the question.
Yeah.
No, I think they're anytime he has this like big media week, they at least try to get it to him every single play. It seems almost to a fault, but like they try to get it to him all the time after he like has a big media week, which clearly right now, even he's had every moment of a media week that you could ever have. He's had the slamming the helmet, free Devante Adams, poor sweet innocent Devante Adams, free him, which always makes me mad. But then but then now he's happy, so it's like I think he's gonna get featured big time. It's gonna be him and Jacobs all day, as it should be,
Yeah, as it should be. And I think, like I said, I think O'Connell has a little bit of rapport with him. To be honest, I think it's pretty good rapport, and he's going to be kind of the catalyst. And I think he's going to keep O'Connell calm. And I think when he came back in the game against the Chargers, because he went out of that game, and O'Connell had a good drive with him in the game, and then he went out, and O'Connell looked like shit.
Really
That's what was interesting. He looked terrible, and then Adams came back, and he looked pretty good again.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's what we get. Maybe we get that O'Connell that played with Adams in the Chargers game, and if we get that, then they might play pretty well. They might have some good offense, especially there's not a lot of tape on O'Connell, to be honest. There really isn't. So they're gonna have to try to figure out how to attack him. I mean, the Chargers didn't blitz him. They got home before, so is Wink Martindale going to go back from that? I doubt it.
No, he's going to blitz him. You see a rookie there, and you're a blitz happy coordinator.
It's Wink Martindale.
Yeah, you're going to blitz him. Yeah, and I hope he does. Maybe Aiden is just a savage against the blitz. Maybe he can identify it. Maybe that's all. Maybe just with the pressure with 4. Maybe he is the next Tom Brady, because that's how you beat Tom Brady. No, I'm kidding. But the pressure with 4 New York Giants. But no. Maybe he's really good at identifying blitzes. I could see that. I could see it with the way Adams talks about. By the way, the Adams quote about never seen a rookie quarterback do that. How bad is Jordan Love?
That's what I was thinking.
Because that's what Devante Adams saw. Like, he's like, I've never seen a rookie quarterback. So his only rookie quarterbacks are like Tim Boyle or whatever. I don't even know if he was a rookie. And Jordan Love. So he's like, Jordan Love stinks. Yeah.
Basically,
that's probably why he was so mad after the Packers win, because he's like, that guy stinks, and we only won because of a Meek Robertson interception at the end.
Yeah. I thought that too. I was like, that's an interesting comment. How many rookies do you play with? You don't even the league since 2014.
Hardly any. So it's been just he's basically saying I've never seen a rookie quarterback because the one I saw was horrible. Yeah.
I mean, this is the best rookie quarterback I've ever seen. Usually, I've seen some other ones, but like this one, that's true, 100%, man. All right, let's get to Jacobe Myers, who's the biggest hit or miss guy, right? Mm-hmm. Jacobe Myers, you're like, oh, let's get on the Jacobe Myers bandwagon, and he has like 2 catches, and then you're like, oh, he has 2 catches, and then the next week he has 6 catches and 2 touchdowns. So Jacobe Myers is always interesting. I think Hunter Renfrow's gonna get more play this week. One, because which I didn't put Hunter Renfrow on here because I'm not gonna make you guys bet on Hunter Renfrow. We're not gonna do that yet. We need to see Hunter Renfrow before we start betting on him. So Myers hopefully will play the slot some too. Mm-hmm. Can we get Jacobe Myers in the slot?
That'd be tight,
right? I mean, what was McDaniels thinking when he brought him in? Like, did he really think he was gonna be Mac Hollins?
Yeah.
See, this is what I'm talking about with this guy. That's why I'm so happy he's gone. Like, we haven't seen Jacobe Myers in the slot like all year. To be honest, when you think about it, and he is like, to be honest, he's better in the slot. So that's why I hope like Bo Hardegree and Scott Turner work together to move these guys around. Because I think if you put some condensed sets and you get even Hunter Renfrow in condensed sets, you could do some things with him. You could get these guys in a 3-by-1. You got Adams on the left side, and you get Myers inside, Renfrow, and then Trey Tucker on the outside. There's so many things that I was thinking you could do with these guys that McDaniels didn't. So hopefully these guys mix it up and they do something, man. There's so many things you could do with these weapons. You could do that with Adams. You could put Myers on 3-by-1 and have Adams inside and Renfrow next to him and another guy outside. I didn't understand it. But hopefully Myers gets moved inside a little bit more and he can run, because you could have, I'll tell you, it's so funny. What pisses me off about McDaniels, and I'm sorry, I'm going a little bit of a rant here, is that they could run hot seat juke like every play. You want to know why? Because they could switch from Myers, Adams, Renfrow. Myers, Adams, Renfrow. He could have did that all the time, and he never did it. And it didn't make any sense to me. This is how stubborn he is. But Myers Adams, he's a slot receiver, bro. So
Yeah.
can we move him inside a little bit and get some things with him? I think we get some good catches if they move him around. But I am still taking the under on both yards and receptions because I still think Hunter Renfrow is going to have a better game than we expect. So I'm going to take the under on both of those. But anytime touchdown, I think he's still a pretty good red zone target. That might be something you want to take.
Yeah. No, I could see him having like a George Pickens type game where it's like, one catch for 18 yards and a touchdown, which, hey, sign me up, right? If everybody else is going off. But no, I'm with you. I'm with you. I don't think that it's going to be the same. It's going to be the same guy that like Jimmy had his guys that he would lean on. It was basically Jacobs and Myers. And I don't think that'll be the case this week. I think I would take the under on receptions, under on yards. I wouldn't take the anytime TD, but I get it if you do. I get it if you do. I don't hate it that much. Yeah, look, let's win any way we can. If it ends up being Myers just being the hot read on a bunch of stuff, fine. But I really do hope that to see that Devante Adams breakout, just like I know he had a big one against the Steelers, but that breakout one where it's just truly the best player on the field, because he is in this game. He will be the best player on either team in this game, and that'll be nice.
Yeah, he's going up against a rookie too, Devante Adams. He's going against younger Banks.
Yeah, no, and the Giants have basically just been putting kind of rookies at their in their whole secondary, I think, right? Like I know they have a veteran slot guy, I thought, but for the most part, it's on their outside stuff. It's two rookies, and if they can, Wink's going to send pressure. If they can just find a way to get quick free releases with those guys, it could be a long day for the Giants.
I keep seeing people ask me Dagger. I hope not. I don't want to see any Dagger on third down. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I mean, Dagger's not a bad play. It's just he just calls it.
It'd be like a Japanese movie when you fire McDaniels, right? Those Japanese movies where it's like, you've been fired, then you hand him the dagger in the napkin, and it's like, you know what you got to do now. But
seriously, man, goddamn. All right, Michael Mayer. We're featuring Michael Mayer again because I just feel like he's always open, and I feel like he's gonna get some targets. I'm taking that over. I'm taking the over.
I'm ready.
I'm taking the over on these because I think we're gonna get a lot of him because I feel like if somebody just hits him on one of his chips and he goes to the outside, somebody just gets him there. We're gonna get some yards and get some movement, and I hope they think about those things because they gotta get rid of the ball quick. So I think he's gonna get some catches, some cheap balls, and mix it up there. So I think it's gonna be a lot of Adams, a lot of Mayer between those two, and maybe some Renfrow and Myers in between there. But I think we're gonna get a big mix of these two because he's in the middle of the field, so they're gonna have to get the ball to him, and then of course Adams is Adams, and they're gonna throw the ball outside to him. So I think it's gonna be between these guys, and then Jacobs mixing it up. But yeah, I like Mayer. Maybe not the 50+ yards. I wouldn't do that. I mean, if you're feeling froggy, go ahead. At anytime touchdown, you feel froggy there, go ahead. But I do like the over receptions and over the yards.
Take them all. They all look good to me. I know. I understand my math's probably not even adding up, but I think Devante has a game. But I also could see Mayer having a game. And look, you're not betting on all of these are going to hit. You're betting on one of them hitting. Like, betting on one, guy taking a couple categories, right? And so I think Mayer's receptions, I think he has 4 to 5 this game. And I do think he can get the 50+. I like over on receptions, over on receiving yards. Let's get him his first one. Let's get him his first touch. I won't take it, but let's get him his first one. Please. Can I see it? Can I order the jersey? Please. I've been waiting. I know he's good. You know he's good. Everybody knows he's good. He had that catch in traffic he had last week. That's not an aberration. Like, that's just like he's good.
Yeah, he has some great blocks. I mean, he's blocking really well now too.
Yeah,
man, and that's what you wanted to see from him.
No,
bro.
he's gonna. I'm talking. We got a star there at tight end. We got a star. I know the Levis thing's been. Everybody's been talking about Levis this week, and I agree. To me, I trade up with one of the 3rd round picks. Maybe take trade up with one of the 3rd round picks. Get Levis, double back in the round. You got Mayer and Levis in the 2nd round. Ziegler still has a job. Like there's all these things could happen if that was. But I'm still proud that they took Mayer at the top. for
Yeah.
the second round because I do think he's a stud.
Yeah. See me, I would have took Levis at 7, but that's just me.
I mean, no, I was with you. A lot of Raider Nation, they didn't like his quirky little eating habits, but they'd take DK Metcalf on their team tomorrow. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I guess he could eat Skittles all day on your team, but if this guy wants to put mayo and coffee, Wade Boggs is one of the best hitters of all time, and all he had were quirky eating habits too. Who cares? The guy's a beast.
No, because I mean, his film was a little quirky, like in his pocket presence. Maybe he's never going to be what I think maybe what his arm is, maybe. But man, I still thought he was. You see the arm, and you see it on already. I mean, that's really a top 10 talent. So it wouldn't have been crazy to take him at 7. But then he dropped all the way that far, and the Raiders just kind of let him go. I mean, because they're Bryce Young, he runs my system. He's from Bill O'Brien. I went Bryce Young. Nobody else. Just traded for Bryce Young.
Terrible. No, it's terrible. It's terrible. I wish him well. I a tough loss for him last night, but I do wish him well. I like him. I hope he does well. But I'm happy with Michael Mayer. I love Michael Mayer. I think he's gonna be great.
Me too, man. All right, Giants at Raiders. Raiders are at home. The Raiders are 2-1 at home, so they do have some wins, more wins at home. They actually play better at home, especially on defense. Even the loss to the Steelers, they played pretty good defense. They play way better defense at home. I think they average if you think of 3 home games, you go up 13, 17, and 23. So it's not bad with at home. They play a lot more defense, even though they really don't have the crowd. I don't think Giants fans are going to travel as much since they're 2-6. But you never know. So hopefully the Raiders can show up. I think they're going to win this game because I think they just play better at home in Las Vegas. Even with under John Gruden, they play better at home in Las Vegas. I think they pull this one off. I'm going to take the spread 1.5. You might as well take the 112. It depends on whatever system you're using and whatever you're betting at. Whatever is lower in the odds or whatever higher in the odds, I would take the whatever that is because I take the probably take the 1.5. Under points though, I'm going under on the points.
Okay,
I'm doing under on the points though.
Yeah, no, I'm envisioning a 23-13 Raiders win, something like that. That's right underneath the point total. I do think the Raiders are going to win. I think Aiden's going to start slow. I think we're going to see something similar to the Chargers game, but there's a team on the other side that does not have the Chargers personnel that can make the turnovers hurt as much. I think there's going to be some ugly plays. It's to be expected, especially when you're getting blitzed a lot. But I also think eventually they're going to unlock something. And if they blitz, I want them to get caught. I want them to do like a pass blitz against Jacobs on like a draw play or something with Jacobs, and I want to see like a big Jacobs run, like just 35, 40 yards. That's the type of stuff they're going to need to win this game. If you're going to run that Trey Tucker jet sweep, maybe play action off it. Let's have a little fun. The season doesn't matter at this point as far as the system. The system collapsed on Wednesday, so it's done. The system's gone. We overthrew the dictator. So let's just go have some fun. There's fun players on this team. This is actually the most depressing Raiders season because I actually like the supporting cast. I like a lot of the players on this team. There's issues. They're not perfect on defense, but they created 3 turnovers last game.
Yeah,
they created 3 turnovers, and they were like truly created plays too as well. It wasn't the ball hit off someone's helmet and it like landed. Robert Spillane caught it. No, it was like nice play by Masterson, great play by Crosby, and really heads up read by Marcus Peters. I also think Marcus Peters maybe starts getting hot. I could see that dude being really happy right now because that was not a match, him and Josh McDaniels, clearly. And I could see him getting hot. I could see him getting a little – if you're gonna really get antsy around any quarterback and start jumping routes, do it against Daniel Jones. Because I think the Raiders are going to be able to get home pass rush-wise, and I like Tyree Wilson beating up on that bad Giants offensive line this week. Perhaps we see the Tyree Wilson breakout game that I've been hoping for.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's just play a good team game, and I just want to see like a +3, like a Madden +3 on the entire team's energy. If that happens, they're going to win this game.
Yeah, I feel like they're going to win this game. I thought they're going to win this game anyways, to be honest.
Right.
So it wouldn't shock me if they win this game anyways. Even though the Giants, maybe have some more. I don't know. This is saying these teams are kind of equal, and I think because the Raiders are home and they play better at home, they're going to win this game. I think Max Crosby's going to go off.
I mean, so they don't. I mean, the Giants don't have Andrew Thomas, right? They don't have.
They have nobody who could block Max Crosby. Let's start there. So he's going to go off. I saw somebody talk about Daniel Jones rushing yards. That's going to be interesting to see, but I don't think Daniel Jones. I think he's going to be a little shook because his neck's going to be hurt, and he's going to have Max Crosby just in his face all game. So I think Max going to come with it, and it's going to be a little bit of a trouble time for that Giants offense. I think they're going to be able to stop the run. Hopefully, that's going to be the big thing in this game. If they can't stop Saquon Barkley, what are we talking about?
They're down pretty bad at linebacker, right? I mean, like right now, is Masterson playing? Is Masterson playing?
I don't know. Let me check.
I've really been excited by Masterson lately.
Yeah. I like Masterson actually. I like him a lot.
I think he's a starting linebacker in the NFL as an undrafted guy. Like I think I like on other teams. Not even I'm talking like not even the Raiders Arena League linebacker core.
Yeah.
Like the like other teams would have him as a start. Like the Tennessee Titans could have him as a starting linebacker. Like it would be like, so he's out. Okay, I did see in the comments. Thank you for letting me know he's out. I know they brought in Jalen Smith, Notre Dame, go Irish. Let's go. He's better. He's
terrible.
He's bad, but he's fast. So let's just go run. I mean,
hopefully he doesn't get lost, man. He's like,
no, he can't turn, man. Like his leg is like cottage cheese. Like his car. No, he had one of the worst knee injuries in college. He was.
I know, man.
He was like one of the craziest freak linebackers I ever saw in college. And then.
Man.
Now he just that knee injury was like nerve damage for life. So it's like they say he's lost, but I feel like he just can't correct himself. That's the sad part. So
who's playing?
Anyways, so Diablo's out. So Spillane, our boy Spillane should be out there. The indestructible Spillane, which whatever, go out there, make a play, dude.
Softy. I call him.
He does seem to be around the ball. I will say when the ball's in the air,
the ball's in the air, but like he doesn't.
Yeah,
you're a linebacker. Can you attack a guard, sir? That's all I wanted to do.
No,
I
know.
He's attack a guard.
He's not good.
Don't hit me, guards. It's like, come on, bro.
They brought in these other guys with like 2064 Madden franchise names, like where you're like not even in the current universe with your Madden franchise. I'd never heard of those guys. So hopefully the D line comes out and has a game. It would be a great game for the Tyree Wilson, lift somebody off their feet, Hulk strength, throw you into the quarterback, sack you with your own lineman. It would be a great day for that, is all I'll say.
Yeah, for sure, man. All right, let's get to these other games real quick. So we got Cowboys, Eagles, Bills at Bengals, Dolphins, Chiefs, Seahawks at Ravens. These are pretty damn good games this week. There is. The Seahawks at the Ravens are super favorite over the Seahawks. That is wild. I was looking at that one. I was like, whoa, wow, that is it. Are the Seahawks 2-5 or 5-2 when I was looking at that? The Dolphins Chiefs, that's gonna be a really good game. I'm going to see which team is probably the best team in the AFC at that point, I believe. And then Cowboys at Eagles, which I think we can talk about this one, but the Eagles go win that game. And then Bills at Bengals. So Glenn, what game interests you the most?
Ravens. I don't like them as a 6-point favorite, but I believe they should be favored. It's at Baltimore, so yeah. I think Seattle traveling there. Baltimore's playing some damn good football right now. Ever since that Steelers kind of really embarrassing Steelers loss that they had, they've been pretty unstoppable. I know they let the Cardinals creep back in, but that's that crazy Cardinals like cockroach mentality that they have, man. Like they just don't die. It's weird. Like they're gonna lose double-digit games, but they'll flash in every single one of them. And so that I don't hold that against them. The Seahawks are a really good team. I just there's something off about them, and I don't know what it is. And I think it's going to come out this week. I don't like Baltimore. I actually like Seattle getting the 6 points, but I think they're going to lose this game.
Yeah.
Dolphins Chiefs, that's in Germany, so I hate that game's in Germany. I hate that it's at 6:30 a.m. my time when I have like 3 fantasy leagues that depend on it. You want me to be a degenerate fan? I will wake up at that time, but come on, I do like the Chiefs though. I actually think Miami, that Miami thing doesn't work against good defenses yet. I have yet to see it.
Yeah.
Really, I haven't yet to see it. And the Chiefs have probably, I hate to say it, the sneakiest defense in the league. Like the most underrated defense in the league is the Kansas City Chiefs defense. They do not get enough credit. Their offense is not that good right now. It's one-dimensional, but I do think Isaiah Pacheco has a big game, and I think they win this game by a touchdown. And I like the under in that game, though. I think it's going to be an ugly, ugly Germany game. I think the Chiefs are going to win. I think the Chiefs are going to win like 20-17 or something.
Yeah.
Cowboys, Eagles. I think the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys get it done.
No way, not in Philly. I don't agree with you that. Not in Philly.
Dak is 7-3 against the Eagles in his career.
But has he beat Jalen Hurts in Philly?
He didn't have a chance. I think he did with Jalen. You know, they weren't that good Jalen Hurts' rookie year. I think they like snuck in or something. But like I remember the Raiders. The second year Cooper Rush started at Philly because Dak was hurt last year. So we didn't see it last year. Dak's playing good football right now. CeeDee Lamb is like a featured guy. I don't think the Eagles defense is that good right now, to be honest. Like they get Kevin Byard in there. They'll always find a way. But I'm just saying I kind of like Dallas this week. I'm just gonna say it right now that I think they're starting to get hot. I think Dallas is starting to get hot. Bills Bengals real fast. I like Cincinnati. Cincinnati's about to be red hot. I think they're gonna be the hottest team in the league. I think they're gonna be like the Niners last year, where they're gonna be really hard to beat. Joe Mixon's running the ball well right now. He's coming back in. Burrow looks great. Like Burrow looks great. Chase looks really good. And it's at Cincinnati. You don't get the crazy Buffalo fan base. I like Cincy.
You like Cincy? Okay, yeah, because I like the Eagles. I think the Eagles win that game. I think the Cowboys just suck on. I think the Cowboys is a totally different team on the road. So since
what is the point spread? Because you have it as Philly 162. That's the money line.
My bad.
Do we have it at? Is it? It should be around 2.5 points. I would say it's about 2.5 points. Because that would skew my decision as far as
my age. I'm always fucks this shit up. So hold on. All right. The Cowboys Eagles is that spread.
Eagles 3. Eagles -3.
-3. Okay, cool.
Okay, so I like the Cowboys getting 3. Yes, I do. I would bet them getting 3. I think they're gonna win, but I would bet them getting 3.
All right. I like the Chiefs in that game because I think the Dolphins offense isn't good against good defenses. We've seen that.
Mostert's hurt too, right? Isn't Mostert hurt? He's gonna be like a game time decision. If they can't get that run game going against the Chiefs, I think it's gonna get.
All you gotta do is get 2 off his first read, and he's not the same guy.
Right. I haven't been that impressed by Tua for somebody that has been on an offense that scored 70. I haven't been that impressed. I've been impressed, but not that impressed.
Yeah, because it's games like this that if he has to win these games, if he really wants to be MVP, because that's what I was saying. Like he's not gonna. They'll give it to Tyreek Hill before they give it to him. To be honest,
I'll be going for the Dolphins. I see in the comments. I will be going for the Dolphins. I want the Dolphins to beat the Chiefs, of course.
Yeah, I mean, of course you want the Dolphins to beat the Chiefs. I want to see the Chiefs win, but I just feel like if you get Tua off his first read, man, he's just not the same guy. Which sounds terrible, but his first read's so open all the time.
Exactly.
In his offense. That it's hard to get him off it.
Well,
but
it's a Shanahan offense. I mean, it's a Shanahan-esque passing game with the Mike McDaniel crazy run.
Jimmy Garoppolo 2.0.
Exactly. That's kind of what I was getting at. Because sometimes that Tua does not throw a pretty ball. Like it's weird. He's definitely better than Jimmy G. He can throw it. He's a good player. Tua's going to have to show that he's elite to win the Super Bowl this year, and I don't know that that's there.
No,
Right. He doesn't have an arm like that. I mean, you're talking about, and when they're at Germany, what is the weather in Germany? It's cold in like New York right now. Germany's got to be like almost like.
I think they might be playing. Are they playing a dome? I think so, right?
Is it closed roof? Okay, that's a good idea. If I was that's a smart move by the NFL. If that's the case.
I see somebody asked, "Are Chain's playing?" Yes, he is. I don't see him on the injury report.
Oh, he's back. Very cool. Yeah, very cool. Okay, so that does help. But I don't know what if it was an outdoor stadium, soccer stadium in the weather, that would be also a thing too. Because I think Tua is going to have trouble when he has to play cold weather games in that division.
Yeah, and I'm taking the Seahawks +6. I'm taking the Bengals because I'm just not betting against them anymore. I mean, I'm tired.
No, they're good. They are good.
I'm tired of betting against those dudes. All right, let's finish this off. Let's go to college this week. Actually, got some good college games this week.
Very good.
Very good. Missouri at Georgia, LSU at Alabama, Kansas State at Texas. We got Tennessee at
They
Kentucky.
played last week.
Oh, I see. I messed it up. See, this is my ADHD, man.
I think it was Washington was supposed to be the
Washington.
Right. And yeah.
All right. So yeah. So well, I get this change. I'm gonna get it changed. I'm gonna get it too.
Yeah. When the Kansas or is it No, yeah, that's right. Kansas State is playing Texas.
Yeah. Kansas plays State in Texas. Yeah, for sure. Rude. All right. So LSU, Alabama. Talk about that one, Glenn, real quick.
LSU, Bama. I like the over. It's going to be a track meet. Jaden Daniels can score points. I think Alabama's offense is getting a lot better. I want to take LSU, but they can't stop anybody. Their defense is horrible. If you haven't watched LSU play this year, you might think they have all these, Ryan Clark will talk them up on ESPN talking about, oh, it's LSU. No, their defense is awful. And so I would just take the over in that game as a betting man. I'll still take Bama -3 in that. Definitely.
Bama. Missouri at Georgia. I think that's interesting. I'm going to take the Missouri +15 on that one.
Me too. Missouri can sling it. I hit an over. It was like almost like it was LSU versus Missouri. I don't know who Missouri's quarterback is. I'm not saying he's great, but I don't hear anybody talking about him. I must be missing something, but he looks good. Like, he looks good. Missouri's quarterback. I don't know his name or anything, but
I don't know his name either.
I was, a few beers deep in a casino watching him, and I was like, hey, there's something there. I was like, I just watched. I was like, man, this guy can play. So Brady Cook is his name. Okay, that's just that sounds like the most college football name of all time. So
Brady Cook.
Yeah.
They're talking about the other guy, Carson Beck. I saw him in Dane Brugler's top 50 players in the draft. So he is a quarterback. I guess it's on the rise. I saw Jordan Reed talk about him a little bit too. I'm going to watch him because I'm interested in that, because this dude is that good. What is he doing over there? Like, you know what I mean? Like, they haven't really talked about him that much, but I'm interested to see how he plays.
He could transfer to Notre Dame next year. Sounds good. All right. Anyways.
Right. Yeah. I mean, if he comes out, I mean, he might come out, man. I mean, they're talking about, Sanders and all those other dudes. He had a lot of dudes in the top 50. I don't know if they're just reaching.
I wouldn't come out this year if I didn't have a huge year. Like I wouldn't come out this year because I think there's too many quarterbacks in the draft. Like I would if I think there's gonna be a few guys that stay back.
You think so?
Yeah, I think because I mean, you got the NIL, and if you're gonna slip to like the third round just because there's like 12 good quarterbacks, in the draft or something, whatever. Yeah. I understand if you have a year of eligibility going back there. I do. This year I think there's gonna be guys that stick back.
Yeah. So I got USC versus Washington. I'm gonna do this normally,
and here. Washington's gonna scrape them.
The over under on this game is hilarious. Maybe that's why I got distracted. That's why that 77. I was like, what the hell is that?
Oh, I guess 73. Wow. Yeah, no, it's going to be that type of. Although Washington plays a little bit of defense. I mean, they got some hard hitters on their defense. Like that USC. I don't know, man. That USC team is just. I don't know. I guess they're really happy about having Heismans and not championships over there because.
I think Lincoln Riley just lets those guys just do whatever they want.
Exactly.
I've heard some stories about Oklahoma. When he was at Oklahoma, I mean, those dudes just do whatever they want over there.
Yeah.
He just recruits them, and then he draws up the plays, and they go play on Saturday. That's really what he does. But yeah, I don't know if USC is just not good. I don't think they are. I think they're a good team. I think Washington's probably going to wash them.
Oh yeah, they're good. Yeah, they're trying to win they're trying to get into the playoff. They're gonna want to show out.
Yeah, Carson Beck is eligible this year. I was just as surprised as that I was surprised. I had no idea that dude was eligible, to be honest. So this is a question. I saw a lot of questions here that I kind of skipped over. Let me see.
Yeah, there were a couple in there, I thought.
Yeah. How many rush yards from the Giants quarterback?
He's crazy if he runs. His neck is messed up. like truly, like he's gonna have to run where he sees the sideline right then and there. But Daniel Jones is crazy. He got the Jackass theme playing while he's running. Like, he's crazy. Johnny Knoxville quarterback. Like he's fast. He's very fast. So and those guys scare me against the Raiders. So they will have to watch out for that.
What do you think of Mayer's run blocking? I think it's getting a lot better. I think he's actually pretty good blocking tight end at this point. I mean, he's gonna have one good block, and he's gonna lose. I mean, defensive ends aren't supposed to lose to tight ends. So if he's blocking tight ends, you got to be happy with that. In my opinion, I just don't see anything wrong with him winning against some guys, and I think he's a damn good pass blocking tight end.
I can't. If he gets that touchdown this week, and Jacobs goes off, running outside Mayer, and oh gosh, can you imagine how excited I'll be?
Yeah. Do we turn up during Raiders games? Usually I do. Yes, I try to, but I gotta do instant reactions. I can't get too faded. You know what I mean? I gotta come on here and so I usually stick to the beer, maybe a little whiskey. I used to be a whiskey guy before I do instant reactions. I would give me some nice little whiskey bottle, but I can't come on here, too faded. You know what I mean? During the game, I gotta. So I stick to my beer a little bit. You know what I mean? And then but yeah, I got to give you guys some actual halfway decent analysis.
Right. Yeah. And no, I'm the same way, man. I'm actually a post game. I usually do like caffeine and I get like into it, I'm like, and then I switch over to that stuff later. After the game, win or lose. I mean, there's a case for both, right? The celebratory beer, there's nothing better than the celebratory beer after a Raider win.
Yeah.
I get every single time, it ends around 4:00, 5:00. Typically, I believe this game's a 1:00 game. So I think it's a 1:25 game. So be hoping to have a celebratory one. There's also the depressing Raider loss beer. We all know what it tastes like. We taste it too often. In fact, we might be sick of the taste.
I know.
But it's there, and we're going to do it, and we're going to go to it every time.
100%, man. How many shots does AOC take downfield? It's going to be a lot because you see a lot of cover zero.
Does he have time, though? Does he have time on a blitz? I hope so. If they pick up a blitz perfectly and somebody's just running free downfield, he's gonna take it. He's not scared. He'll take shots he shouldn't take, so he'll take the one that's there too.
100%, man. 100%. Is Arizona State winning? Arizona State, man. I like Jaden Conyers. I just hopefully if the Raiders want to get a tight end, they want to mix it up, pick him up a little bit, but I don't know about the ASU, like they'll win, and I'm like, yeah, let's go, and then they get their ass kicked.
The Arizona Wildcats, though, they're a scary team.
I don't want to talk about them because they got the two best players in Arizona, and I'm so mad about that.
Who's that? That running back is a stud, and then that tiny little Kyler Murray
I don't know how they got the two best players from Arizona. Like,
crazy.
They got a kid who was going to Ole Miss and got him to change to U of A.
No, I think they're going to beat UCLA this weekend. I'll put that on your card right now. Also, real fast betting tip for anybody. I'm sure a lot of people have their opinion on Derek Carr. Apparently, Derek Carr is among the top 3 worst quarterbacks against the spread over the last since he's been in the league, just against the spread. And he's an 8.5 point favorite this week over the Bears. Think about it.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah. Jed Fish is pissing me off though. He is legit because he got this dude named Elijah Rushing. It was U of A's first 5-star ever.
Wow.
And he's from Tucson, South Point. And then he got the 4-star from Tucson, South Point. They're defensive ends. What the hell is he doing over there?
Yeah, they're on Pac-12 After Dark when I'm up, like kind of feeling it Saturday night. Well, I watch Pac-12 After Dark. Man, Arizona's on a lot, and I'm like, I like this team. I like them. I'm like, they're fun.
I know.
Where are they going? Where are they going in the realignment? So do they go to the Big 12?
I think so. With ASU, I think.
I like that a lot over there. Oh, I like that a lot for them.
He pissed me off because that dude the quarterback that went from Ole Miss to U of A. That dude, I think he's a Heisman guy. That's how good I think.
The little guy.
Yeah, he's like 5'11".
Dude, he is good. I was like, I saw him go toe to toe with Caleb Williams, and he looked at times better. Like I'm not saying
no, he's not there yet, bro.
Yeah,
he's not there yet, Glenn. He's still in high school. Have you seen him?
I was talking about the guy they have now is amazing.
Oh no. They have this dude that goes to Basha and Chandler, right? He goes to Basha and Chandler, and that dude he runs I swear I don't know how fast he is. But he has a cannon. He's not like I don't want to say he's like an NFL prospect, but he's like 5'11", 190. But you can't tackle him, and he's like basically like made to be a Heisman guy. Ooh. And that's why I was kind of pissed that they got him.
Desert Swarm is about to be back.
He has like this 80-yard run against Chandler last year, and Chandler's like a big school out here, right? They got like most NFL players. He broke like 8 tackles. This dude like 190, and he's going to U of A. I'm so pissed. All right, quick. Okay, let's get quick. Could you give a quick evaluation of AOC mobility deep ball? So I think AOC. I mean, mobility. You're not gonna see a lot of it. I'm gonna keep it real. I think AOC. You got to get the ball out of his hand quick. I think he's made for a quick passing offense. If you can get some quick slants, quick inside routes, get the ball out of his hand, even on deep routes. I think if you can get the ball out of his hand quick on deep routes where he can anticipate it and not have to try to throw the ball 60 yards downfield, I think he could be a lot better there. It's all about getting the ball out of his hand quick and making him read fast. Kind of like, kind of what they did at Purdue. In Purdue, they spread the ball around and he just got rid of the ball as quick as he could. And I think you got to mix it up. If he throws a pretty damn good fade, he does. He throws a good fade. It's just like, is he going to throw the ball 70 yards downfield or 60 yards downfield? No, that's not going to happen. No. But he does throw a good dig route with some zip. You just got to get the ball out of his hand.
I like moving the pocket. I like moving the pocket with him too, like those design rollouts with them. He's not a mobile guy, but I think he's able to roll out. You don't have to be. I mean, Peyton Manning rolling out.
Thank you. Big STD saved my life for here. He decommitted and then committed to Oregon. I like that. Thank you for helping me here.
Wow.
That made me feel better.
Damn, Oregon's about to be crazy. They're already tied. Dan Lanning is sick, man.
He must have given him some Nikes or something. Ooh. All right. Any other questions we got here, man, before we get out of here? Oh, man. I think we're pretty good. We got a good showing, man. We got the 114 today.
Whoa, here we go, guys.
We're growing, man. Josh McDaniels goes away. All Raiders fans are excited. I was dying laughing at the SB Nation Reacts confidence thing I do. It was 2% last week. Okay, 2% believe in the team's confidence going forward. Guess what it jumped to?
38.
76%.
Yeah, okay. It should be 38.
It went all the way up to 76.
I think we're relieved. I'm just excited to watch. Like, it's the unknown of like, what are these players that we brought in really like now that this guy isn't being weird as our head coach.
It's like literally a graph because they have a graph on there. It's like boop, yeah. Like, wow, Raiders fans are crazy. They're like, man, I'm so happy. I love the future of this team now. I can't wait. Who's the new coach?
Oh man, I just couldn't take that boring, like just like dry, like better. Watching what Josh McDaniels was like those old Better Call Saul scenes where it's black and white and he's like working at the pretzel shop in the mall, and I was like, this is just so boring. Like, so I just wanted them to be fun again and competitive and scrappy.
Yeah, for sure, man. All right, we appreciate you guys coming in here, man. Like we said, we got to 114. It's the highest we got on this game on the show, man. So we really appreciate you guys supporting the show. Keep us growing. Every Friday night, we're going to be here doing this all through the season, and helping you guys with odds and bets. And let us know on Twitter if we messed you up, you lost some money. Let us know. Let us know if we won you some money.
Yeah, for sure.
Either way, right? You let us know. You're a fan of the show. Enjoy that, but we appreciate everybody coming. Like I said, it's the highest one, man, and we really like it. So thanks, guys. We'll see you. Peace.